Yeah, and so he said that to me many times over the years, and so keep that in mind as you're hearing this. The convention is you're going to put that black plant on top, and it answers a lot of aesthetic questions for them, but it doesn't mean you have to, and we'll get into the alternatives over the weekend.
黒松がでここにスペースが箱のスタンドのスタイルが
違います。
スタイル箱の名前は
So the name of this type of stand is a Fuji stand. All of the different types of stands, these are Fuji stand, Fuji stand. We will be looking at other kinds. And so the one over here is known as Rokko, right here. And so you'll notice this is not flat on the top. This is going to be a box for 4 trees, and that style is called Rokko. And all of them are named after, not all, but most are named after mountains. Akagi, Warabi, not mountain, but the rest are named after mountains. Yes?
Jonas, with the non-rule convention data.
Yeah, so it's a winter show. So the problem with bamboo is that in general they only use bamboo in the summer. I've always wondered why they only use bamboo in summer, and he said it looks like coal. Japanese feeling, so we'll go to the Japanese feeling trump card. And then this afternoon, all of you will be making displays. So, no pressure. We'll see you soon. We're going to put all this to practice.
Typically, this one points some of the strongest. Yeah, strong. Yeah, so this needs to go there. Because this is great. So maybe this could go here and something else. But then you have to move on. Right, yeah, really there. You always want to go ahead and hit these far away. He is
But to see this young man
Real cheap, right?
Or we just got exhausted.
First of all, from the time they leave out.
In the flat.
You know,
I might have to review something. I don't know what I'm with it. So last farms dropping brand like this. Yeah. Well, I mean,
presentation on how you build a Shohin collection. This is something that Jonas and I have spent a year trying to do to up our own displays. And so we're going to present that. We're going to talk about how we've developed several trees over the years and what some Shohin care might look like. And so that'll be just a very brief thing that we do after lunch. And then immediately after that, we'll dive in the rest of the afternoon on the workshop. I think everybody's going to get about 5-6 minutes with Daisaku, depending on how many people participate versus observe. Again, we want you to think about two things when Daisaku comes around. One is, what is the front of the tree that you like? And two is, what's the plan for the tree? What's it going to look like in 5-10 years? What are you envisioning?
Momiji, maple.
これ私はこの木をアメリカで見てびっくりしました。
He was super surprised to see a tree like this in the U.S.
こんなすごいのがアメリカにあるって僕びっくりした。
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to see a tree like that here, so he's surprised. Why are you so surprised? We've seen American trees too. Yeah, big tree, big tree.
この幹
This
は
trunk.
国風店に通る幹。じゃ国風店じゃのパスできる。
Oh, so it would be able to get into Kokofu,
ただここ枝がない。
but no branches, that whole side.
でこれは葉っぱも枝がきれいにできる種類です。
Shinani?
枝がメイクいい、枝がよくできる種類です。
Oh, so you're naturally going to get super small branches from this cultivar.
でこの幹すごい木なので、枝がきれいにできる。だからこのぐらいにミディアムサイズにする。
Yeah, so grow it into the medium size because it has such a huge trunk.
でこういう枝がないところに
And there's nothing on the inside, so you're going to have to graft to get the density closer to the
で
trunk.
こう枯れてる枝のところはきれいにカットして、少しえぐる。
Yeah, he wants to heal and callus over the wounds
カ
on
ッ
the
ト
dead
カット
side.
ペーストが大事。
Yeah, and so it's super important to use cut paste to make sure
こ
that
れは
closes up well.
すごい。
But he loved that tree, seeing it out in the parking lot. He's like, eh?
I think you
Probably cute. That's his guess. Which you can tell from the super dense slender branches.
多分清姫だけど、多分枝を継いでる。グラフティングしてる。
Oh, yeah.
Because 清姫はトランク is
You're not gonna get,
ない。
that's right, you're so much more likely to get straight movement, let alone that really interesting movement.
2 points. Oh, one, it looked like he was indicating to grow it taller,
Uh-huh.
and what would he use to do that? What part of the tree? And then
Ah.
what grafting technique is he took?
So,
すぐ。
木の将来、このまま、どこ、
だいたいちょっと徹底して。もっと。このぐらい。だいたい40センチぐらい。
どこから？
ここから。
No,ここから？
何？
何の枝？スカウ。
もうグラフティングしないといけない。呼び継ぎ。この幹に違う枝を持ってきて継ぐ。
Oh, approach graft. He wants to approach graft. As long as there's not too much that's kind of scarred in that area.
ここに枝がないからこういうのを継いじゃう。
Right, so he's saying the same thing, do approach grafts to get that close in there.
Not here, inside.
Yeah. And then Miki どこから? So,
この頭に。
oh, oh, so maybe we need to make sure that that's healed over and healthy because he wants to do it right out of that and then grow it right out of the top. And continue, movement は
こう幹が動いてるからまっすぐはおかしい。だから、曲げる。
Right, so he wants to make sure you continue the same curves, could be very strange if you continue straight from there.
What about the back as well?
What's that?
Can we graph for the back as well?
Toshi did backside.
いる、ここも。
Yeah, same thing, he wants to be doing approach grabs from that same branch and run it out to the back as well.
で、これが出来上がったら、私は日本に持って帰ります。
He said he can do that so he can take the tree back to Japan, that's probably the best part. Yes.
So it looks like probably in its history, the back died off. So in order to graft it, we have to have live tissue, is it?
That's my big
look like it's
concern.
alive?
生きてる。
ここ大丈夫、まだ生きてる。
He thinks it's all live back there.
でも、ここだから、でも、
A few spots up near the top, probably
このま
not.
まだと、中が枯れてしまう可能性がある。
Right.
こう枯れてる。だから、
So that's why he said quickly, soon, cut those things if there's, get them to heal over, because it's when you open it up, that's why you'll find out how
で
that's going.
この木は先ほど中品にするって私言った。だからもっと粘りが大きくなってもいい。だから
He wants the bar even bigger
も
on.
うトゥーマッチのでも大きな鉢でグローした方が
But put it in a bigger
も
pot
っ
so it
と
can
元
grow
気にした
faster.
方がいい。
Yeah. Maybe a big wood box. Oh,
Tokutake-san.
Tokutake-no, yeah, so you should put it in a handmade pot for now, and that's the best, probably the best possible pot you could imagine to use for growing that out.
これは大事にしてほしい。
Yeah, he said this is like an important tree, so he really wants it to be done right.
で、あと、今ちょっとこう3本話したけど、
はい
でもこういういいものはアメリカに少ない。私わかります。
Yeah, there are, the starting point is saying there are, because there are not a lot of great trees in America right now.
で、今ここさっきジョンの売店から持ってきました。
He kind of, when John was looking, he took this from his John's table.
これちゃんと返しますよ。
He said, no, really, I'll pay for it, no, it's fine.
曲がりが綺麗な曲がりが入ってる。
So he's got really good curves and movement in the
だか
trunk.
ら盆栽を作るときにはこういう綺麗な曲がりを作ってください。
And he said, please, when you're making bonsai, get a beautiful movement like
で
this.
作るのが大変なら
It's really hard to make trees.
ジョンのところで買ってください。
So he said, please buy John's trees. Because he's good at doing that.
この木はここにこれは枝があるけどちょっと見えますか？これ。
Yeah, because I can see that we got another branch coming out right
で
there.
もこっちを使います。でこれはいずれ切ります。
So he says, cut the second one there.
でこれでこういう木を作るとグッドムーブで
Yeah, he wants to continue giving a good movement.
そしてこれがこのぐらいの太さになると
When it's about as thick as your
こ
finger,
のぐらいとか
or as
そうす
big
る
as
と
your thumb,
とても面白い動きです
you get a very interesting tree based on that.
だからこういうのを作るか買うかした方がいい。ね、買うときは
Yeah.
まっすぐじゃなくこういうのを買う。
Yeah, so buy the ones that have interesting movement.
で、
Don't buy the straight ones because you won't be able to add the
で
movement into them.
作るときもまっすぐじゃなく必ずこういう曲が
Yeah,
り
and if you're making them, please only make them with interesting curves in them because you're just never going to be able to do anything with a straight trees.
からこれはthis is 雑木。
Yeah, deciduous
で
tree.
not this is ですonly。そう盆栽の大事な曲がり。
For all points, not just deciduous. He wants to make sure it's very important that you get good movement
で
from
も
the
杉
start.
とか、
Like-
杉山ヒノキはストレートがいい。
Right, he's like, yeah, whatever, Cryptomeria, Tsuyama, Hinoki, those are going to be formal upright. But if you're not making a formal upright, you need to have that movement in
こ
there.
れこういうでもいいし、こうでも面白いし。
And so he's saying all those different angles are very
いろんなチョイ
interesting.
スがで
And
き
it
る。
doesn't matter which one, any of those choices are good. But as long as the curves are good like that, then you're off to the right
で
start.
どこから見ても曲がってます。
And so he's looking at, where, because he said no matter what angle you look at it from, it's going to be interesting. Which is a really important point if you've ever tried to wire your own whips before, is it's easy to make something look good from one side, it's hard to make it look good from all the sides.
そう、これ55ドルだけど、私が今クリティックしたからこれは80ドルになりました。
So now because he did the critique and it's yeah, $50 right now, but now that he's explained how good it is, the price is going up. You gotta earn your commission somehow. Yeah. Oh, they know commission. And as we learned from this weekend, a lot of trees that we may think of as cheap trees or funky trees with the right set of eyes on them, that by the time you turn the thing to the side, cut off 2/3 of the branches, grow out some sacrifices, you might be able to have a small gem hiding in the middle of that tree. And so depending on, locally here, whoever you're working with, you might have some really good options for taking what you have and doing something fun with it. I was actually amazed at the quality of trees we had here. They may have been really rough right now, but they actually weren't that many years away from a really nice tree. And a lot of them were surprisingly small. Like there were a lot of trees. There's going to be a strong 10-centimeter size category in many people's collections.
You guys basically covered the ones that we want to talk about. If you have a lot of deciduous plants, air layers are great. If you have a Japanese maple growing in your garden, a shishigashira or something like that, finding a nice little spot to air layer is really nice. Oftentimes in Japan, someone like Daisaku might be at an auction, buy a big tree because he sees an air layer on the top to make a really nice shohin out of. And so if next time you're walking through, the B-shop or whatever, club vendor area that you're around, don't just look at the tree as it is, look and see if there's an opportunity on there to air layer something off, because you can get a really good deal that way.
Yes.
What about the particle